Charlie Watts. A plethora of things comes to mind when people hear the name Charlie Watts. Stamina, his dedication, well-dressed. He was English. His smile. Charlie had a wonderful smile. From all I have read, he was a warm soul. But the thing that comes to most people's mind when they hear the name Charlie Watts is rock and roll. Specifically, the Rolling Stones. Born Charles Robert Watts, June 2nd, 1941, Charles, or Charlie as we all know him, shot to international stardom at a young age as drummer for the Rolling Stones. From a drummer's perspective, the word I think of when I hear Charlie's name is steady. I say this not because he was the most flamboyant or intricately skilled player. When I seen the Stones play live, there was no drum solo, though trust me, there easily could have been. Charlie was talented on the drums, but he was no showboater. But you don't play 2-hour sets spanning 6+ decades unless you are steady. No rock and roll act has tasted the levels of success as attained by the Rolling Stones, known by many as the hardest partying band in history. Merry-go-round of drugs, women, debauchery, decadence, and excess were simply hors d'oeuvres for a band always bringing rock and roll's main course, while still saving time for dessert. Charlie sat behind the band during performances, but also in his daily routine. See, Charlie's life was a lot like his playing style. Steady. This was perhaps why he brought that air of mystery. Charlie was married to his wife Shirley in 1964, and he turned down hundreds of women and mountains of drugs to remain faithful to her and his only daughter, Serafina Watts. Hence the smile. You see, I believe Charlie was truly happy. He had found that elusive secret behind not only attaining all the money and fame one could imagine, but by nurturing his love. A role model to anyone just wanting to be around family and people they love. We could all learn a lot from Charlie Watts. We could learn a lot about steadiness. So next time you hear the Rolling Stones on the radio or on classic live concert replay from 1961, 1991, or 2001, just remember that steady beat, that steady hi-hat, and know that long after the spotlights dim and the janitor swept the remains of the party off the arena floor, Charlie remained steady. A steady bandmate, a steady husband, a steady father. And I have no doubt we'll all see him again. Maybe up in heaven. But not up on the steps or near the gates. No, you'll have to look for him somewhere behind all the glimmer and gold. Somewhere in the back, just far enough out of the sunlight so he can still enjoy its warmth. Like his smile. That's how I like to picture him. I see you there, Charlie. Smiling. Steadily.